today, Michael Warrior Barnes. How are you? I am. I'm so happy to have you here. We're honored. You're our first poet. Yes, and yay! And a very magnificent choice, I must say. I had the opportunity to see you in February at the Lizard Lounge in Cambridge. Eh, yes, and I was blown away. I was. And you had so much charisma, your talent, your intelligence. I was captivated, and it was my first real experience with spoken word. So I like to say it was a great, great experience.
Thank you. This is my life.
You're welcome. Go on.
Yes, it is.
Okay, there we are. And I also did like the Soul Train um, tribute to Whitney Houston, but when we did to poetry, so I thought that was
Yeah,
really
that was
cool.
That was the very first open mic Soul Train line. It was a tribute to Whitney Houston and the great, 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 great Don Cornelius.
Yes, that's right. I did forget that. That's correct. So that was nice. So along with saying warrior, we say warrior griot. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Okay, let's make sure I get it right. Uh, Ghetto representative interpreting our thoughts.
Yes, that's what the acronym stands for.
Yes.
But the griot, for those who don't know or aware, is from African tradition. Is the
Okay.
one who actually passed down our old stories. It was the oral tradition of telling our history, singing, spitting poetry, what have you. But I took it and modernized it, broke it down into an acronym, and used the letters as ghetto representative interpreting our thoughts. Because of course I'm from Roxbury. I'm from the quote-unquote ghetto or hood, as they like to say it, and I'm interpreting, or hopefully I am, our thoughts, what we think,
Yes.
how we think to others. So I take it from here to universities, wherever I go to.
Right. So I hear that we appreciate that. So I hear that you've done some traveling. Would you like to share that with us? Where you've been, and able to. You said the colleges, but I'm sure it's not just the state of Massachusetts.
No,
Would you like?
I've been blessed. I've been blessed in the short time that I've been able to perform and share my poetry. I've been blessed to perform and share my poetry in different places. I began in 2000 with a group called the Black Art Arts Collective.
Right.
Blackout.
You
For those who know who Blackout is. And from there, I've gone to different places, different states all over the country. I've had the opportunity to go to Switzerland in 2005, recorded an album, which actually won the New England Urban Music Awards in 2008.
I didn't know that.
Best Poetry CD in
Congrats.
Boston, 2008.
Oh, wow.
In Geneva, Switzerland, with DJ Goo for Synchrovision Records. So y'all can go to synchrovisionrec.com.
Okay.
And you can get that, or you can check out some of DJ Goo's other works.
Okay, can you spell that out for the people? Let me know. If not,
SYNchrovisionrec.com.
okay. So remember that. And
For
you can,
DJ Goo.
okay.
DJ Goo on the internet. Just Google his name. He got you. Trust me.
And goo is spelled
Goo.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Because we want to make sure they're linking up
We're
to
gonna
the
keep
right
it simple,
person.
yes.
So you went into a little bit about when you got started. That was going to be my next question. So now I'm going to ask how you got started.
Wow, it was simple for me. My sister got tired. I was with my sister at the time. She got tired of me spitting, and just walking around talking to myself. So one day I came home and she actually told me, "Look, I found this on the internet. This group called the Black Art Arts Collective. It was supposed to have been an open mic. I
Okay.
thought it was just an open mic, and that's what I went to. So I went there for a couple of weeks, and I was blown away by artists like Ome Congo Dibinga, who's actually another Roxbury native.
Okay.
Yoko Kawu, who's actually doing major things now.
I'm learning.
These are all the
Okay.
people that I grew up on in this artist collective and developed under. And I sat there for the first month, going every Wednesday and not performing. And then finally they were just like, "Listen, you got to do something." And then I did something. And then after that, they said, "Join." And I joined. And
Yeah.
here I am. They took me around the world.
Wow, that's great. That is great. So it's kind of like, it just kind of happened, huh?
Yeah, it happened.
Just kind of happened. One of those great things that just kind of happened.
Yeah, it was inevitable. I mean,
Yeah.
I love this. I talk to myself. I love poetry.
I think that's okay to talk to yourself. I always say I talk to myself. I just don't answer myself.
I heard you say that
I'm
to
saying,
somebody.
I did.
Earlier.
I
Yeah,
said it
okay.
earlier.
Yeah.
So that's me. I'm saying as long as I don't answer myself, I'm okay.
How you gonna know if what you're saying is
Yeah,
is
we're
what-
not going to get into that. Good point, though. We'll talk about that after the interview. So, when you're writing, is it a release for you? Like, are you writing from experience? Are you writing from other people's experience? Are you taking from what's going on in our world? Like, how does it come about?
all those things. As a matter of fact, I just finished recording a poem called "I Wrote This," and it asked the question. Well, it came from traveling and meeting different people when I perform. They ask me what inspires me, why do you write, what do you write about, and all those things. So I wrote this poem, and it's a hodgepodge. It's a gumbo of all the things and all the subjects matter and things that come out of my muse. But in any case, I write about all the things that you discussed, and all those things inspire me. My own experiences, other people's experiences. Of course, if I'm performing for an event such as domestic violence, I have to do research. I have to talk to people who've experienced those type of things. So I write a poem on that. If I'm doing something on AIDS, I had to do some research on AIDS and HIV, and talk to some people who actually are stricken with that.
Right.
And I wrote something on that. But in the beginning, it was just all about things that I had experienced.
Okay.
It was about my real life, and that's how I began.
Wow, that's good. That's very interesting. I think that's really good note to take of for the young people out there, because I know, as well as older people, but I know there's a lot going on in our community, in our world, and instead of holding it inside of you and having it all bottled up, when you say it's good to just kind of put it down on paper.
Oh, absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. It's
Lethargic.
it helps. It's healing.
Right.
It's healing to let it go. You can't hold it in. It's like anything. It's like an implosion. Anything that goes in, it's got to come out.
Right.
You got to release it some type of way. So you might as well release it positively.
In a positive way.
Or it's gonna come out negative. Trust me.
Definitely. Well, speaking of releasing and your writing, I'd like to get into one of your poems now. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Great. So, do we know which one it's going to be the first
I
one?
have no idea. He got something queued up over there.
Oh,
but
so
just
we're going to
drop
be
it, man.
surprised, huh?
I think it's number 5, and I can't tell you what it is. But go
Okay.
ahead, for real.
It'll be good.
Check this out. This poem is for us. By us. Check it. This poem is for us, by us. We be platinum chain swinging, ears bling blinging, pinky ringing, wrist ice, frostbitten -3 degrees, separated at birth, right? Just conjoined siblings, rivaling frivolously. Plain and simple, these bodies be temples, well built, fully equipped for survival. Estimated place and time of arrival, Olduvai Gorge, 5 million years. Sudan, 7 million years. Space, the final frontier. See these are the voyages of the starship. My man's in them. Our continuing mission to build and destroy what is and what was. We gon' cause a buzz, light years from now on, to infinity and beyond. This poem is for us, by us. This poem is for us, by us. This poem is for us, by us. This poem is for us. We witness the battle royal family. We be poet, author, doctor, scientist, scholar, architect, father, mother, natural as shea butter bee. We Alkebolonians be the color purple. They got some beautiful smile like Miss Silly. They be sweet like Miss Sugar. They be fearless like Miss Sophia. Before they locked her away, and after the soul food dinner that brought Miss Sophia back now and forever. This poem is for us, by us. This poem is for us, by us. This poem is for us, by us. Check this out. Rest uncomfortably beneath the bombs bursting in Air Force Ones aimed at the illegitimate son of a gun manufacturer, narcotic distributor, wanted for murder, rape, robbery, etc. Constructor of a complex of superior thinking, genocidal tendencies, separate but unequal residence is not meant for us to share. But it's transparently evident they are out to get me too impaired to see. Clearly now the rain is going on. Long enough is enough. We mutated Alkebularnians, Africans are awakening to seal your fate with this poem, that book. These voices are for us, by us. This poem is 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 for us.
Wow, that was awesome. The beat. You're very welcome.
Thank you very
and
much.
I heard you say something. This is one of my favorite joints. Did you say that? Did I hear that?
Yeah, this poem is for us, by us. This is one of DJ Goo's mixes. What he did was I spit my poetry straight. Okay, so I'm in Geneva, and we stayed in the booth or in the studio 2 days in Geneva, Switzerland.
Wow.
We never left the house. And he said, "Listen, we're gonna do some different things. You just spit raw." And I did a lot of stuff one take, and he was like, "I got you. And then when I had to leave, I stayed there for about maybe 8 days over in Switzerland. And then when I left, it took about 2 months. And then he said, I got an email. He said, "I got you." And he sent it to me, for real, man. You know, and he sent me some stuff. We were going back and forth. And then finally, I got this CD in the mail. It was all decorative and everything. And I stuck it in the car, and I pulled over, and I listened. And I was like about going tears, because I had never really heard it that clearly. But I did albums before. I did an album before, but I never did anything of that quality. And it was beautiful.
Wow, that's something. I was curious about how you felt when you first heard it. You know?
There's a poem on there, but we won't play it today. There's a poem on there called "My Life," and it talks about, my life. I call it the realest poem I ever wrote, and that poem actually kind of brought me to tears.
Yeah.
I hate let people know that I went there, but I just had to, because it really brought it home for me.
Wow, that's something. It's something when your words speak back to you. That's power, definite power. Now, you're not only a spoken word poet, you're also an author.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is great.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So let's make sure I get it right. Guns, Poems, and Roses?
Yes, actually. The full name is Guns, Poems, and Roses, The Experience, Strength, and Hope of Michael Warrior Bonds.
Okay.
That was my first book. It did pretty well.
Yes.
You can actually Google that.
Oh, okay.
And
want to tell that information? I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Just the Guns is spelled with a Z on the end instead of the S, and the Roses is spelled with a Z on the end.
Okay.
So if you Google that, it'll come up. And my current book is called The Write, WRITE. And it's another collection of brand new poems. The first book was just poems, all the poems I had written up until that point.
Okay.
And I just threw everything in there.
Wow.
It was my first try at self-publishing.
Yeah, how was that experience?
It was a tedious process.
I'm sure.
But I got it done.
Yeah.
I got it done. It was, it was really, really tedious. I really took my time. It took me a long time to get it out, but I did. And the write was a little easier, but it's still, it was still painstaking. But I mean, it is what it is.
It is. Is the write also self-published?
Self-published.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, I have about 5 manuscripts on deck. ready to come out. I have one actually. I'm not going to tell you all about it, but I'm not going to tell you the title. But it's about Boston. It's about my growing up in Boston, and that's the next one to come out. Then I have a children's book coming out.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a children's book that incorporates poetry and it's a story.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a number of different things.
It was the Guns, Poems and Roses. I did try to buy that book. Shame on me, I didn't go back. I was at the Frugal bookstore and I was looking for it, and
Poems?
and it was gone. But I know they had you near gosh, I don't know if it was Tyrese or something, but they had you centered in a really good location
How long
of
ago
this
was this?
store. I think it was in February, because I know I was looking for it, like after seeing you, and I'm like, okay, I want to see, because I didn't buy any. I need my hand slap, people, because I didn't buy his music in February, and I needed to, because I needed to support, because I loved what I saw, and
You can always get it
I
from
need
me
to
or
support.
online. I always keep a bag full of stuff.
Oh, you think you're leaving here today without me
You
doing
need to
that?
stop. You need to stop.
Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna
All
go in that bag of yours, but
But the Guns, Poems, and Roses
Yeah,
is
that
probably
was-
sold out at Lenny's bookstore. It's called Frugal Bookstore, but I call it Lenny because
Frugal-
Lenny's
right.
my friend.
Okay.
But the current book is there. The right.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I was just down there and
that.
just seen some of them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so I can do.
I encourage everybody in Boston, and we are in Boston, in my hometown right now. I encourage everybody in Boston that likes poetry or just knows me, period, to go and support, because Boston, and I want to keep it real if you don't mind right
Oh,
now.
please do.
I'd like to say this, and I hope you take it personal. I hope you take it personally, Bostonians. But we have a tendency to hate on each other for no apparent reason, simply because, oh man, whatever. And I grew up here too, so and I had that bug at one time too, until I left here and saw other people do it in other areas. It's important for us to support each other, because Brooklyn and Brooklynites support each other, Chicagoans support each other, and so on and so forth. AT-aliens support each other in their artwork and their businesses. We need to do the same here. Don't just say, well, I ain't buying his book. Who you think he is? And we have a tendency to do that here.
We do.
We don't want to watch, the sister's program because she just has a program, and I could do that better, But how are we all gonna get better if we don't lift everybody else up? So,
That's right.
my book, it's not to get me rich. It's not to get me rich. I have a job. I have a degree, and I'm gonna be all right no matter what. But just support and encourage me,
Yes.
not only me, but the youth that want to do it as well.
Right.
Because if you don't, if you don't support me, youth are gonna say, well, why am I doing it? Ain't nobody
That's
gonna buy
right.
that.
That's
Ain't nobody
right.
gonna support me.
So we want to have a good chain going on here. I don't know. You're right. A lot of people, I think that's been the ongoing conversation. Wouldn't you say, Dee? That definitely, we're really like, what's going on here, Boston? Like,
Right, exactly.
really, we live here. What? This is our community. Come on. And that, it's a burden. It's definitely a burden, because Boston is not where we should be. We have raw talent. We have great talent, all sorts of talent,
Boston's a bomb.
It is.
Boston's
but
a bomb. I like to say that.
What's
I don't
going
mean it.
on?
No, I like to say that we're at the top of the food chain, so to speak, because we're at the top of the country, and it's like we have an inferior superiority complex or something like that. Because we're not New York, and not that we want to be. We're not New York, but we're not any place else.
Right.
We have superior intellect here, because we
Yes.
have the best colleges, we have the best medicine, and we have the best sports teams. But yet we still get underrated.
That's true.
We still get underrated. Everybody still hates and don't want to acknowledge us, for real, man. So we're liable to snap at somebody at any given moment, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bostonians are crazy, for real. I mean, we get it in. We do what we have to. For real. I love my
true.
town. I respect it. I respect it, and I rep it everywhere I go. I promise you, I rep the bean everywhere I go.
Yes.
Everywhere I go.
I love that. I tell people I'm a Bostonian to the heart. What? You can't tell me anything. You can't say anything bad about my home. This is my home. We Bostonians. What? You can't take it out of us. You really can't. People
hate my accent. They hate it.
Yeah. But it's us. What I hate is that, I'm sorry, this is off it, but I hate when there's a movie and they force the actors to have that like real, like whoa, we don't
yeah.
sound quite.
We can't, no, but actually we kind of sort
But
of do.
I've never met a Bostonian that sound like that. I'm like, is that really? No, that's not a. But it's so funny, and then you immediately know, which I love. You immediately know that the movie has taken place in Boston or is about Boston. So let's say open up their mouth. So, I mean, that's us, and we should embrace it and we should love it. But we definitely have to come together as a community and truly support one another, edify one another, and just continue, like you said, encouraging, because we do have a lot of younger individuals. They're coming up, they're looking at what we're doing, you know, and their talent is just, it's so raw and it's there and it's waiting to be molded. But like you said, if they see us not doing what we're supposed to be doing and, you know, encouraging others and supporting, then they're going to go down the
Passing
path
on
that they
negative
should not
traits.
go down. Yes, and then we're complaining, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. They're out here doing this, da, 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 why that? But there's a platform where we can show them the right thing to do and what they can get from it. Because it's not always about the money, but it's great to feel the love, you know? I mean, D-Bass, he can even tell you, when we was at the Urban Music Awards on Sunday, just the love that we got, it felt great, you know? And just seeing all of us together, it was wonderful, you know. So shout out to Brother Charles and the Urban Music Awards
Charles,
for that.
what's up?
Yeah, for bringing it there. I got a chance to speak to him for a little while. Awesome.
Brother
Loved
Charles is
it.
good. He's a good man, for real. I mean,
Yeah.
he put me on when I performed at that.
Oh, goodness.
At the time when my album won Best CD. I did a tribute. It was a tribute to Michael Jackson. As a matter
Oh,
of fact.
okay.
And he asked me.
cool.
He actually challenged me. Him and the brother Quadir,
Okay.
MC Spice. Shout
Oh,
out.
okay.
He actually challenged me to write a poem about Michael Jackson for the tribute. Because I had asked him, can I perform that? And he said, well, listen, this is about Michael Jackson. We don't need nothing else. Can you write something? So I said, how long you need it? He said, a couple of minutes. So he emailed me, and I emailed him right back. Like an hour later, bam. And he said, this is awesome. He said,
Oh,
come
my
to the
goodness.
studio and record it. And I came down to 106,
Yeah.
and I recorded it right there. And he actually
Okay.
played it throughout the time it took to advertise for the awards, and then I had the opportunity to perform with it. As a matter of fact, with my trophy in my hand.
Oh, that was
So I got my
awesome.
trophy for Best CD,
Right,
and they
right.
called me up, and I did this tribute to Michael Jackson. But
Oh,
you couldn't
love
hear it
that.
because I don't like microphones.
Oh. You don't like microphones. You're right there in
And
his
I
head.
need to. I need. No, people tell me I need to start liking
Yes,
microphones. But
you do.
I have this tendency to just drop the mic and walk into the crowd, and just walk all over the place. And that's what I did. And this was at
Okay.
Berkeley.
Right.
This was at
right.
Berkeley.
Okay.
You know, at Berkeley Performance
Yes.
Center on the stage.
Yes.
And so I'm on the Berkeley Performance Center stage, and I got the microphone, and I take the microphone and I hold it down.
Oh my goodness.
I got a trophy in one hand and a microphone in the other hand, and I'm just spitting.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I'm just spitting. For real, but they can hear me. They can hear me because I have a big mouth. They can hear me, but
Projects,
the
definitely.
recording equipment couldn't hear me. So,
Oh.
yeah, so
Too
that was
much.
it.
I'm gonna want to Google that. I know he did mention that they were at the Berkeley Performance Center for a year or two, and I didn't know that because the first time I actually heard about the awards was last year. You know, my mom was performing behind Curtis Henderson, and I had to run and drop something off to her at the Strand, so I was in and out. You know,
Right.
This year I felt so honored to like have a small part of it, but actually be able to view what was going on, you know, and I was just like, wow, I'm really proud of them, you know.
What's
I'm
up?
really
Brother
proud
Charles
of them.
does his thing. Where are they performing at now?
It was at Hibernian Hall
Okay.
in right near Dudley.
Yeah, it was at Berkeley
Mm-hmm.
Performance Center. That was the second time I had the opportunity to perform at the Berkeley at the beautiful Berkeley Performance Center.
it
I had
is
the
nice.
opportunity prior to that to be the opening poet for the Gospel Glory celebration.
Oh, okay.
That featured none other than Tremaine Hawkins, the great Tremaine Hawkins.
yes.
For real. So I opened with a poem, and then of course Reverend Borders Reverend Border from Morningstar.
Family pastor.
Morningstar came on and said the prayer.
Oh,
and
that was
then
nice.
there was a couple other acts, and then the beautiful Tremaine Hawkins came on.
Yes.
Perform.
Oh,
So
that was
an honor
nice.
for me.
I missed that show, but that sounded like it was nice.
It was an honor for me.
Yeah.
For real, man. And she's beautiful, and
She is.
She can sing.
She is.
For
I
real,
haven't
for
heard
real.
much from her, but she is definitely one of the greats. I was at the Berkeley Performance Center one time to see Ron Isley. Crushing on
Isley
them forever.
Brothers, stop playing.
Yeah, that's what I know about. Do you know about? So I was just like, oh, I was in my glory, just, so it is a very nice hall. So what I'd like to do is to get into another poem. Sure. Is that okay with you?
I don't know what the brother got queued up. Track 4. What
Track
is?
4, which
I think is this poem.
I'm gonna cheat for a minute. So track 4, is
Oh,
You
don't
Know Nothing About Me.
Uh-oh. You don't know nothing about me.
You don't know nothing about me. You can't judge me. You ain't seen what I seen. You ain't above me. Everybody go to bathroom, don't stink. Don't drop roses. Ain't nobody here better than me. Let me tell you, I grew up a nappy-headed boy, snotty nose. Up in Boston, hand-me-down clothes, and my daddy was gone, the Rolling Stone. All that left me was black and Paul. See, many years I walked alone. My destiny carved on streets of stone, on concrete walks and asphalt fields. A young black mind whose fate was sealed. Amongst them cans and broken glass, and we did lots of ghetto grass. Imagination, the child's essential. Massive, untouched, raw potential. Dreamed of becoming the first black president, or simply ringing a siren on an ambulance. Could I be a police too, a fireman, or even working in zoo? You don't know nothing about me. You can't judge me. You ain't seen what I seen. You ain't above me. Everybody go to bathroom, don't stink. Don't drop roses. Ain't nobody here better than me. Slowly dreams began to fade. It's not much fun in masquerade when your stomach moans from hunger pains and rats and roaches invade your space. Bitterness begins to chisel your faces, chipping away the gleam in your eye. The first to go, the first to die. And it is dull, that glow of bronze, that innocence, wonder erased, gone. A seldom smile is seen at times. Evil breeds within the mind. Be president of a racist land. Nah, I don't see it, I'm just a black man. I hated police with a bit of passion. They beat me, take this, I gotta take that. My house burned down 3 times in a year. Toys and trophies lost. Wonder if the firemen really care. What good is the ambulance in my neighborhood? They always come late and give up too soon. I was captured in a concrete jungle, only to be warehoused in a human zoo. I often sit and wonder why life is such and I. For many years I walked alone, destiny carved on streets of stone, on concrete walks and asphalt fields, without my father's guidance. You don't know nothing about me. You can't judge me. You ain't seen what I seen. You ain't above me. Everybody go to bathroom, don't stink. Don't drop roses. Ain't nobody here better than me. What? See, I remember when I was just 5 years old. My mama said that my skin was golden. Long ago we were sold for a price that wasn't nice, I told mama, but that's how it was, she told. Sold to the highest bidder, I couldn't comprehend until years later I got the bigger picture. But back then I was content to display and have fun with my friends. In the sand on the side of the house there was this big old mound, and sometimes I sit back and I can still hear the sounds of laughter. See who can run faster, or the taste of castor, or it still tastes nasty. My mama used to hit us all with it. My sisters and brothers and me, the baby of a family. 7 my mama had. A strong black goddess, too modest for a compliment. I gotta give her this here though. I love you, I'll always love my mama. She my favorite girl, yeah. I remember the welfare checks and the coldness. Turning on the lights in the kitchen at night and fighting thousands of roses. How you gonna diss me? Some boy Ethiopians. How you gonna diss me when you don't even know? You don't know nothing about me. How you gonna diss me? You ain't see what I seen. How you gonna diss me? Everybody go to the bathroom, gon' stink. How you gonna diss me? Rose. Ain't nobody here better than me. How you gonna diss me? You don't even know. 'Cause you don't know nothing about me. How you gonna diss me? You ain't see what I seen. How you gonna diss me? Everybody go to the bathroom, gon' stink. Rose. Ain't nobody here better than me.
All right, we heard a little bit longer because Mr. D-Bass stepped out. Yeah, you see, I just put them all out there. You saw that, right? Just
Blast,
blast, threw them out there.
I noticed y'all got this, like, y'all got this give and take thing going on too, y'all. For real, man. Y'all need to get on together for real, man.
I'm saying.
And we need to give him a microphone too, so he can respond. Cause you
Yeah.
say things and he be over there like, hold up, I wish I could. It's all good.
He does. We may do that. We'll do that like in a bloopers reel or something like that, or the behind the scenes type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Give people a little extra, so you don't know nothing about me. So what inspired that poem?
Actually, it is what it is, for real, man. I talked about two people who were very, very important in my life in that poem. I talked about my dad, who was passed away, Sir James Curse, and I talked about my mom. My dad, of course, growing up, was a dad who, had his own troubles and things of that nature, and we ultimately kind of reconciled.
Okay.
But I wrote that poem out of anger.
Oh.
I wrote that particular poem out of anger, and then I wrote the poem about my mom. I love my mom. I took care of my mom for the last couple of years until she transitioned into an ancestor. Now she's one of my ancestors watching over us. Wow. And I put those two poems together and put it to that type of music to uplift, because I used to do the poem about my dad, and people would get like, yeah. And I don't want you to get that impression, for real. I don't want you to get my impression, just like a lot of brothers in black communities. We got our own issues, man.
Yeah.
We got our own issues, man, for real, man. But ultimately, majority of us, we tend to change.
That's true, which is good.
And if you're a Christian, Muslim, Jew, or whatever, one of the basic tenets is forgiveness.
It is.
It's
major.
Change, evolution, development, right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
You are right.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Please.
You know what? I'm hanging on to your every word.
Because
right.
I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, and I didn't do everything right. I probably owe a whole bunch of people apologies. I'm serious, for real, man. I wish I could go back to everybody and say I'm sorry, and then and give back. But unfortunately, I can't.
No, we can't.
Some people just don't want to hear it.
No, they don't.
Some people like, you know what? Look, I'm not there now, for real, man. You should have been. You should have did. And now I don't even care that you can't.
Like too little, too late.
So I'm making light of a serious situation, but brothers, trust me, for real, man. You gotta do what you gotta do with your children, man. For real.
You really do. You really, really do. It's truly important. I mean, I probably need to have a whole show dedicated.
You probably should, for real. You probably get a whole bunch of people hitting that up right there.
And letting it, because it's something that's very, it's very important in our community. And I know this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. But we grow up thinking that we can handle everything as women, because sometimes our men are not available, whether They're just not available, whether they cannot be and want to be, or that's just not the situation, or they choose just not to be. But nonetheless, I hear girls saying it all the time, and women, when Father's Day come by, girl, you better say Happy Father's Day to all the single women that you know. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? Single parent, the girls, the woman, we're mother and father. What? No. And that's, I know some of you all that are going to see this, you all know who you are. We've had this conversation.
I got nothing to do with that.
We've had this conversation. But yes, men, you have to get it together, because we as women were created to be the mother, and we're the nurturers. You as men are the fathers. I want to say that you set the precedent, you set the rules, you make young boys into men. We cannot make a young boy into a man. That's just impossible. We're not a man. We don't know how to do that. So that's all I'm going to say with that. And I love you all. I do. Yes, I do. But it is what it is. We were each created to do a specific job, and that's what we were ordained to do, and that's what we need to do. So off of that subject, is there anything you like to tell our people about you that they may not already know?
There's a number of different things about me that I don't know. I couldn't give you a whole bunch of.
Okay,
I could be here
let's
for
say
days. I like to talk.
3 things.
I like to talk. Okay. I have a degree in criminal justice from Barter College / Kaplan University. I am currently in attendance at Georgia State University. I'm seeking my BSW, that is the Bachelor's in Social Work. The third thing is I'm working on a brand new album, and my nephew, Ralph, Prince Smooth from the SOH is actually producing it. So it's going to be a family thing, for real. I think he's going to be on here. I think he's going to be on here. Y'all heard it here first.
Yes.
Prince Smooth and SOH is going to be on D-Bass. Trust.
I cannot wait. I've heard glowing things from your uncle.
Nothing nice.
So I cannot wait. That's going to be very exciting. I like that. Nice.
So that's the 3 things. But I mean, I have a wealth of other things. I can talk all day.
I'm sure.
Your show will go way past. People be telling me to shut up.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
I never get that.
I'm a poet.
Wow.
I'm a poet. You never get that?
Yeah, no. People say, oh, you don't talk enough.
Well, you need to hang around a bunch of poets.
Look it.
You need to hang around a bunch of poets.
No, it's a joke.
So you hang around DJs. You hang around DJs, and DJs talk with their hands and the music.
Do.
So you don't really have to say too much. But if you around poets and writers, oh man, you got to hold up your end of the conversation.
Yeah. Oh, see, now that's good. I hope that's a little bit of a invitation for me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome. You're welcome to come out and hear me perform. And yeah, for real, absolutely.
Yes, and it's not just me; it's all of us. You all. I try to always get that little thing just for me, but it's for all of us. That because we must all come out and support
and socialize. For real, man. Mingo, for real. A lot of people want to be sitting around on. I mean, you know what? Don't leave right now. But Facebook and Twitter and all these social networks, come on. Sometimes that natural thing of like being around people, the camaraderie,
interaction, right?
Yeah, it's gone. People don't even want to leave voicemails no more.
No,
it has a text, and you don't even want to listen to voicemails no more. Let alone,
and I
call some people and the voicemail is locked.
Yes. Mine probably is, so don't ever try to leave me a voicemail. Yeah, I don't. I'll hear.
Answer them?
No, I mean.
You don't answer what?
No. I answer them. No, I answer them. I just don't listen to them. Like, it'll say, say, for instance, D-Bass will call. Hey, Janine, we need to delete.
Why do you do that shit?
Because I know. Listen. I know I just need to call back. That's all. I just need to hear the voice or see the number, see the name, and I'll just call back. But I don't listen to voicemail. But I'm big on texting. I'm very big on texting. In Twitter, yeah. And now, we could be if we had our phones now, I'd text you right now. Is there anything else you want me to bring up? Right. And then I would wait there, and I would look at you like this. I would have the phone in this hand and looking at you like this. That's sad. I know your phone just beeps. Isn't that terrible? But that's how I do. I know. Y'all gotta pray for me. But this is good. But I am able to interact more and speak with different individuals, and pick some people's brains and just learn a little bit more about them as well as our audience. And I'm loving that. I am loving that. So maybe one day I'll listen to a whole voice message. Wow. Not nice,
We're making
D-Biz.
progress.
Not nice. What say you, ghetto hype? So I like to ask, who are some of late in the game, but who are some of the individuals that have influenced you during this journey?
Yeah, a number. Of course, El-Haj Malik Shabazz, a.k.a. Malcolm X. I like to give him the name that was chosen for him. There are a number of people. Langston Hughes is actually, I believe, my poet ancestor.
Yeah.
Rakim Allah is someone who inspired me. There are several people, Gwendolyn Brooks, Zora Neale Hurston, my mama, God.
Yeah.
There are a number of people here in Boston who I admire, and the people that I grew up amongst in the Black Art Arts Collective, like Tony Asante Lightfoot, who was actually our creative director.
Okay.
Omakongo Dibinga, I have the utmost respect for him. He actually was the first one to ask me to be involved in the Black Art Arts Collective, and he brought me into this thing I call poetry activism.
Oh, okay.
Using my words as a tool for social justice and change, and not just for the aesthetic values of like saying stuff and feeling good and all that other stuff. Of course, my poetry entertains, and people like to hear it. But I'm also not just a poet. I'm a motivational speaker, workshop facilitator. I just did some things. I do some things at a number of different schools and universities. As a matter of fact, I did a couple of workshops with some teens and young adults at the Boston Day and Evening Academy.
Okay.
Just recently. Right. And but all across the country though.
That's good. That's good. So not just words, but also action.
Absolutely, you have to. You have to. You can't be full of words. You have to be action. You got to be willing to do what you got to do. If you say in your poem that black people need to stick together, just just hypothetically speaking, then you got to be willing to show them how to stick together, or be a part of that whole process of helping us stick together. That's
very good. So I know you're going to continue doing the good that you do, but let's fast forward to 5 years. Where are you seeing yourself as the man, the poet? Where do you see yourself, the activist?
Great question. Doctor degree, educator, an educator, and the head of a nonprofit organization, which is actually currently in the build right now, called the Arts Project. ARTS, A Right to Succeed. It's a mentorship program that I'm building that empowers young men. Great. I know sisters need it too, but I know I have something to offer the young men. I was a problem on the streets of Boston as a youngster. I was a problem. I got a couple of bullet holes and things of that nature, and it took me a long time to discover who I was and discover what my purpose is. And now I want to show them. I can speak to them in their language, but I can also speak in the language of academia as well.
Right.
So it's important for me as an individual that's been there, done that, to be able to give them an example of what the alternative is.
Okay.
So the Arts Project is the program that I'm building that will do that.
Right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. No, it will.
Literally help them pull their pants up, literally and figuratively speaking.
Yes, I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that you have a heart to help and reach back, and take your experiences. We've seen that you've turned it around for positive, but show those coming up behind you how they can do the same. I really appreciate that. And I know everyone out there can also appreciate that, because that's what we need. We definitely need that. Do you want to speak to the young man right now that may be watching, or the young man that's just going through some really hard times and he just doesn't have anyone to turn to, and it seems like he's all by himself.
Oh, absolutely. I just spoke to a number of different young men at the BDE, the Boston Day and Evening Academy. Mm-hmm. And it was a number of young men who were pretty much mischievous from like ages, I think, 16 to 23. Okay. And they were just at that age or just at that stage where they were just, doing minor things. But these minor things, if left unchecked or left given no attention, would have led to major things, right. Major felonies. So when I talk and I spoke to them, especially knowing that I came from where they came from and changed my life, it was important for them. So if I had anything to say to one of these young men, talk to someone, listen to someone. If you need, you can get my number. Just give me a call. There's a number of young men around the country that have my number, my personal number, that sits in my pocket all the time. Wow. And I get calls from random dudes. For real. I really do. I still get letters from a young man somewhere in New Haven, I think. That's in a detention center somewhere, I believe. But I have a post office box that they mail to, and they still call me. So if you need help and no one's listening to you, and you feel like you got a voice, or you feel like you just have no way out, give me a call.
Wow,
give me a call. Maintain. Trust me, there's a light after this. Trust me, you can do it, but you have to participate in your own growth and development, though.
So they can't just wait for someone to come along for it to happen, huh?
No, they can't just wait for someone to come along and wait for it to happen. You have to participate. You got to want to do it. You can't just say in a cloud of purple haze, man, I want to change my life. I won't change it, and you drinking Ciroc at the same time, man. Right. If they only knew. You can't really do that. You got to put the bottle down. You got to put the trees down for a minute, for real, man. You got to get some rest, drink some water, eat some good food, man. And then when you get up from that, you make a beeline to where the help is.
Wow, that's a very good point. I'm glad that you did say that. I must say, I am truly impressed that you extend yourself like that. As busy as you are, you still take the time. You're truly not about just saying something. You are truly about actions, because I don't know of anyone that has that heart and that desire to help, that would extend themselves as to, write me, call me, let's converse, tell me what's going on with you. And for you, that's something. I'm kind of blown away from that. I'm kind of taken aback from that, because I haven't heard that. But my level of respect for you just even shot up even higher, because I truly appreciate it. As a woman of our community, I want to say thank you, because I know you're going to help so many of our men by doing what you do, because everybody says if you just reach one, that's great. And it's true, because that one is going to go on. So you're making a nice, you're developing a legacy that they're going to be able to carry with them. And I appreciate that. I truly, truly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Would you like? Okay, would you like to perform something live for the people?
Absolutely. Come on now. I'm a poet. Okay. Come on, for real. Absolutely. What do you want me? Okay.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you that space. I'm going to step over yonder, and I'm going to enjoy it as the people are enjoying it.
I got to hold the microphone up here.
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'll make sure. I'm going to stay right here at this chair. I am on a mission. I got no choice but to accept it. You see, the hood, I got to rep it. Until these guns and these poems I'm holding turn to roses, lest my chest and crown be filled holy. And thou art placing me in the ground 7 feet deep with a stone that reads R.A.P. That's a rap. And I rest at peace. Until then, I commit my speech to these streets. Be they no longer a zone for war. I got no choice. I gotta pump these poems raw and stand up strong until my legs and my throat get sore, and then I'm gonna stand up some more. And you know what? I'm still standing. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm on the downside, looking up at them and theirs on the outside, looking down at me and mine. So what if I pulled out my vision, removed my thoughts, wrapped them in my dreams, and tied them with my vocal cords and locked them away in a diamond-studded box and gave it all to them on a platinum platter? Think they'd hear my cry? For me and my kindly speak on behalf of me and mine to those who could they even see my position. What's missing is the puzzle. I am the piece. And I've been left out purposely. And they ain't gonna never find me until they clean out their house and lift up that comfortable cushion they sit on at our expense. See, we rest beneath the beds we made for them to rest their heads, and they slept on me and my kind a long time, coming along a little too late to ever be my friend, to be my darling. You send me to these prisons at an immoral rate. Reasoning escapes these ties that bind mankind to one another. So what God has brought together has been torn. Us under, yawn be free at last glance. So these ghetto representatives like me, see, we be the last chance for those who be weaving. Now my sisters, you know you be weaving. And my brothers, you be leaving your pants worn down under your waistline. You see, you swing too low to run with Harriet underground no more. Y'all mean. Besides, your sweet chariot got 20 foes with homicide does. I don't know what you heard, but they got Johns though when they be coming for to carry you gone up off these blocks with 18 in the Glock, but it only takes one shot, just one shot to stop you. You's a migraine, you a migraine headache, and you rising in this land of filth and money. Nowhere roads paved with souls, but behold, a tan black alley cat slowly strolls. I throw an awkward southpaw to the jaw of an ass, holding a gentrified monopoly pass to my neighbor's hood, making sure we don't go past, go straight to jail as if we don't need no education. It's no wonder we're complacent with the status quo. See, the cookie dough ain't rising fast enough to survive on 9 to 5 p.m. And my BM, she want Thanksgiving, Christmas, not to mention birthday presents every week. I can't compete, let alone keep up with the Joneses, the Johnsons, and the clack-clack. The clack-clack, the Smith, and the Wessons is virtually impossible, y'all. So my mission is clear. I ain't got no choice but to accept it. You see, the hood, I gotta rep it until these guns and these poems I'm holding turn to roses, lest my chest and crown be filled holy, and thou art placing me in the ground 7 feet deep with the stone that reads R.A.P. That's a wrap, and I rest at peace. At peace.
All right.
Thank you.
Call.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, I have a question for you. I'm a young female, and I would like to know what kind of, and I'm trying to date, and what's your advice on guys these days? What kind of man you think would be a good decision for me to date?
Ooh, good question.
What kind of man would be a bad decision for you to date?
Good decision. I think
Yeah,
she said.
I'm
Bad or
young,
good?
23 years of age, and what kind of steps I should make? Should it be guys in my age group, over my age group, a little bit younger?
You have to make your own decision because good and bad comes from a number of different age groups. But I've been told before by a number of different people, you can make your own judgment, but I've been told that women mature at a much faster rate than men. So someone your age is more than likely to be your intellectual inferior. So it's important for you to find someone that you can converse with, someone on your level, so to speak, if we want to keep it real. Someone on your level.
Okay, so you wouldn't say age bring maturity, or
Not necessarily. No. I would not say age brings maturity. I would say age brings experience.
Right.
It brings experience, but not maturity, because I know some people who are much older than you, but don't show any signs of maturity whatsoever.
Okay. Thank you.
So
very
just
much.
I would say whomever you date, just be careful and take your time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
caller.
Enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, this has been a great experience for me. It has. It has. Are we? Did we pick up?
Yeah, hello?
Hey, caller, you're live.
Yeah, I just got a question. Where's this brother be performing at? Does he, have any locations in Boston around where he be performing at soon?
How you doing, brother? What's your name?
Trevor.
How you doing, brother? Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for calling in, first of all. Unfortunately, I don't have any dates in the near future in Boston. I just did all my dates. I just performed in Worcester, Massachusetts, as a matter of fact, last weekend at Biblos in a spot. It was the joint called Be Heard. It happens every once a month, on Thursdays. You should check it out. Just check out my Facebook page, and I will post it up there. But you have some great venues in Boston, and you should frequent them. Every Sunday night, if you don't know, there's poetry at Lizard Lounge.
Lizard Lounge.
The Lizard Lounge Poetry Jam.
Yeah, my peoples be over there.
Okay, okay. And also, you should check out my brother VCR at Hot Burning Hall at Verbalization.
Okay, and when is? Do you know when that?
And that's
is?
I believe it's every second and fourth Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
But if you go on my page on Facebook, his name is Vernon VCR Robinson.
Oh, cool.
All right, and check him out, and he'll give you all the information you need.
Yeah, and make sure you go on his page and like him.
Support poetry, man, and the arts in Boston, man. Because if we don't, ain't nobody else gonna do it.
That's right. Thank you so much.
I got my peoples that does poetry too, so definitely, man, keep up the good work.
Thank you. I
so
appreciate
much,
you calling.
caller.
Thanks a lot.
Have a good day. So we are going to have to do some work and get you some dates here again in Boston. We want to see you.
Well, in June, if I may, in June, I'm leaving here. I'm leaving here a little before June 1st, but I believe June 14th, 15th, I'm in Florida, and then on the 28th, I'm in Hollywood. I'm doing something for Project Flow. I'll be doing a poetry workshop for the youth during the day, between 5 and 6, and then I'll be performing.
Okay.
Later on that evening at the, I think it's the Westin Hotel in Hollywood, something like that.
Oh, that's going to be exciting. Nice, nice, nice. I went to Hollywood quite a long time ago. Yeah, I stayed there 2 weeks.
I'm not going there for the stardom and all that other
I
stuff.
know, but it was fun. It's nice. I mean, I think I'm one of very few that actually like it. But it was fun. So I was young, but it was fun. Yeah, so if you can, there are some spots. If they still have like the Wax Museum, I definitely say try that out. Okay. I love it. It was a great experience. But I thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. I do hope that people will definitely log in and view, and share. And I think we have another call. Hello? Hello?
I want to know how I can get his book.
How you want to know how you can get his book?
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Okay.
If you go on to, if you go onto my Facebook page, it's actually my fan page. I have 3 pages. It's kind of crazy. And I get kind of confused myself. But my fan page is Michael Warrior Bonds.
Oh, okay.
And if you go on there, you can click right on there. You can buy it right there. You can buy merchandise on my fan page. However, if you can't get it that way, just go on to Amazon.com, www.amazon.com, and type in my name and type in the name of the book, which is The Right. If you have a pen, write it down. THE, and then the word Right, WRITE, by Michael W. Bonds, BONDS, and it should come right up. Guns, Poems, and Roses. If you type that in Google, it'll come right up. I should have all the information, and you should beat me up when you see me for not having all the right the contact information. But just type in Guns, Poems, and Roses by me on the Google page, and it'll come right up. All right.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Now, in the city, is the book
locally?
Frugal
Are you local?
Bookstore?
No.
You're not local?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say if you were here in Boston, Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, you can actually get it at the Frugal Books in the Roxbury Mall. You can get the right in there.
So you say you have a Facebook fan page?
I have a
Because I'm
Facebook
looking
fan
at the
page,
link.
and I have 2 other personal pages too. So you can go to either one
Okay.
of them. All right.
So right now we have a Facebook.com/war poems.
Poems. You can go to that one. Actually, my fan
And-
page is actually on that, so you can click on that. as well.
Okay. And then say the other Facebook page.
Or better yet, if you want to send me a.
Looking at Facebook, Warrior Griot .mw bonds
Yep.
.m bonds.
Yep, you got it. Click on that one, and send me a message and tell me what you want. And once I get home and get stable, I can actually copy and paste the link to get the book.
That'd be good. And make sure you look on YouTube also, because I was on there earlier with my phone, and there was 2 videos that did pop up. You know, my phone just kind of got a little crazy, but you can also search for him on YouTube. Okay?
Okay,
You knew
thanks.
that, right?
Yeah, you can search. You can get me on YouTube at Warrior Griot.
Oh, okay. It
Just
just came
type
up.
in the
Okay.
Warrior Griot on YouTube, and you can see many of my performances around the country. I got a new album coming out.
When
It's
is that
called
gonna
I
be
Ain't Finished Yet.
available?
It'll be done when it's done.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
My
It's gonna
nephew's
be
actually
done
my
when it's done.
nephew from the SOH. From the
Yeah.
SOH. Prince Smooth is actually producing it. For real, I think a lot of young folks know Prince Smooth, his music and stuff like that. So I'm here in Boston right now for a little while he produces my album. They will be on here soon. I'm repping them because it's my nephew, for real.
Definitely.
You know, he's nice with it, trust me. For
I'm
real. And his
looking forward
production
to
is
that.
nice. So y'all should hit him up. Hit him
Yeah.
up.
Definitely. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. I'm
so
sorry.
sorry,
We
sweetie. You're
forgot.
still on there. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, sweetheart.
caller. Have a great
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, look at the time. Look at the time. The time flies when you're having fun. So, we hope that to be seeing you again. We'd love to have you back on.
Anytime.
Yay. And we want to definitely check out a performance when you're a little closer, or we'll just have to get us all together and do a road trip.
Hey, I'm down with that.
Bring
Look,
Boston to where you are. Excuse me, I'm slipping off my chair. I'm getting so happy. So definitely, you be blessed. You keep doing what you're doing. You're needed and you're appreciated. You truly are appreciated. I can't say much more. You know, there's no words. You know what I'm saying? When you see greatness in front of you, you're in awe with it, you know. And I know you're so humble, and I know you're not gonna be like, you're not taking this all in for yourself, but God created you to be who you are and what you do, and you do it well. And your obedience is a blessing to all of us. So thank you.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate it. Thank you too. I mean, this is a needed avenue to showcase Boston's talent. So please frequent it. Y'all need to show up every time it's on. Please give it a love. Support her, man.
Thank
For real, man.
you.
Boston, support each other. That's the last thing I'd like to leave with you. It's not even about me. It's not even about me. Whether you buy my book or buy any of my CDs, that's fine. I live in Atlanta now, and I'm doing some different things, and I'll be back and forth, and I'll always have a link in the network here. But it's important that those who stay here support Boston artists, support Boston businesses, and what have you. Because one day it may be your son, it may be your daughter, and you want somebody to support them. So you need to, practice what we preach in here.
That's right. And with that said, I'd like to thank D-Bass and D-Bass Productions.
D-Bass.
Yeah, I'd like to thank, Ghetto Hype, and thank everyone who is viewing. I am Janine Boston. Thank you again for watching Eye on Top. Janine, I'm saying, is my time up? Y'all take care. Mwah.
Just for you, it's just for you. I'm in love with you. I love you. This is just for you. To each his own. That is what they say. And you'll never miss a good thing until it's gone far, far away. Love is blind, and can't see the forest nor the trees. And if I ask you for your hand, I'm supposed to be on bended knee. Love blooms, a flower similar, fresh as morning waking, brand new. Roses are of many colors, and red and violets are a much, much darker shade of blue. If I say I care for you, believe what I feel. If I say I'll be there for you, believe I will. If I say there's a plan for us, believe time will reveal. But if I say I love you, just know forever I will. I love you. This is just for you.